Hi, my name is Lindsay and I did my economics project on Russia. Some quick facts about Russia. Their top export partners are Italy, Germany, and Turkey. Their top import partners are China, Germany, and Japan. Russia has a population of 140 million people with an inflation rate of 11.9% and an unemployment rate of 8.9%. Russia's resources. Russia is the largest country in the world with 17,098,242 square kilometers of land. Although Russia is the largest country in the world and does have so much land, it suffers a great disadvantage compared to any other country in the world due to Russia's geographic location. The northern half of Russia, known as Siberia, is covered with a year-round coating of permafrost, which eliminates any chances of agricultural advantages. Even though Russia severely lacks from an agricultural standpoint, the country flourishes in other areas such as natural resources. Russia contains massive deposits of oil and natural gas. Russia is the leading distributor of natural gas in the world and the second most abundant exporter of oil. Russia's capital. Russia's capital is not very abundant. Due to the 2008 to 2009 economic plunge, Russia's government had to make cutbacks in the budget of government programs to increase new technologies. The number of new technologies in the past 3 years remains very low. The one sector of Russia's capital that is extremely prevalent is its defense industry. The defense industry of Russia employs approximately 3 million people, or 20% of all manufacturing jobs in Russia. The most popular types of weaponry produced and purchased from Russia are fighter planes, helicopters, battle tanks, armored personnel carriers, and infantry fighting vehicles. Russia's labor. The school life expectancy of Russia is approximately 14 years. This implies that many people in Russia do not reach for higher education. This creates many unskilled workers. The labor force in Russia contains 75.81 million people. Of the 71.81 million people, only 10% work in agriculture, 31.9% work in industry, and 58.1% work in services. Entrepreneurial abilities. The opportunities for new business endeavors are very low. Higher education is not easily accessed by the people of Russia. Only 11% of the 99.2% of educated individuals in Russia move on to higher education. The Russian government is extremely controlling of businesses, which makes obtaining proper business licensing extremely difficult. Russia's resources being affected. Russia's resource that's being affected right now is oil. The oil industry is taking a plunge. Russia's oil barrels used to be valued at $147 a barrel and now are currently at $50 a barrel. This is hurting Russia very bad because they are extremely dependent on the revenue they make from the oil sales. The decrease in the oil sales is creating a recession in the country, and many people are losing their jobs, and the whole economic growth of the country is declining due to the oil prices falling. Russia's economic conditions. Inflation. Russia's inflation is currently at 11.9%, which is a 2.2% decrease from the 2008 inflation rate of 14.1. Although Russia's rate of inflation is 11.9% for 2009, it is not a major concern because the prices are increasing at a slower rate compared to the 2008 inflation rate of 14.1. Russia's unemployment. The unemployment rate of Russia in 2008 was 6.5% and increased 2.4% in 2009, making the unemployment rate 8.9% for 2009. The increase in the unemployment rate may be caused by the decrease in oil prices over the past few years. With oil prices decreasing, Russia is spending more money than it is generating, creating or building a deficit. Russia is currently in a recession that sparked when the oil prices began to decrease. Thousands of Russians have lost their jobs in the past few years, adding to the unemployment rate. Real GDP. Russia's real GDP for 2009 was 2.116 trillion compared to the 2.298 trillion for 2008, which is a decrease of 0.182 trillion. The GDP per capita measures the average income of a person. In 2009, the average GDP per capita was $15,100, and in 2008, the GDP per capita was $16,300, which is a $1,200 decrease. Russia's real GDP ranking is consistent with its per capita GDP ranking because both the real GDP and GDP per capita had a decrease from 2008 to 2009. Russia's economic growth. Russia's 2009 GDP growth was at negative 7.9%. This means that Russia's economy is currently shrinking. If the percentage change were greater than zero, the economy would be growing. Russia's area of concern. Although the 8.9% unemployment rate is a concern, I believe their economic decline of 7.9% is a bigger issue. The recession in Russia, due to its dependence on revenue made from exporting oil, is what's causing the sharp decline. People are losing their jobs, causing the country's decline causing the decline of the country's economic growth. This decline in economic growth is damaging the economic structure of the country. Russia's fiscal policy. Currently, Russia is using an expansionary fiscal policy. The government officials of Russia have opted to redistribute government expenditures mainly on social programs. The policy will maintain the current inflation rate of Russia, but will hopefully result in more employment opportunities in regards to social programs, as well as promote economic growth through social programs. With more government spending focused on social programs, they will surely expand. Russia's monetary policy. The current monetary policy of Russia is contractionary. The Russian government is currently planning on selling 3.5 billion 10-year bonds and 2 billion 5-year notes. This is contractionary because it is an open market operation. The exchange of currency for bonds will result in a decline of the money supply, which can possibly lead to inflation. That's my report on Russia, and here is my works cited. I hope you enjoyed listening, and thank you.